So recently, I watched Leprechaun in the Hood, also known as Leprechaun 5 or Leprechaun 5 in the Hood. Yeah, it's the fifth installment of the Leprechaun series. You know what about this whole franchise of Leprechaun? You know what? It started out corny. The first one with Jennifer Aniston was probably the better one, but after one, maybe, it just got ridiculously corny. So if you don't know what Leprechaun is, it's about a leprechaun who's people who they steal the gold from the leprechaun, and he goes on a bunch of murderous rampages trying to get his gold back. So in this film, we get the evil leprechaun again, who searches for his magical flute that's stolen by three hoodlums. And like I said before, the leprechaun kills anyone who gets in his way. And it takes place in LA, and it stars Ice-T. I was about to say Ice Cube, but Ice-T. And Ice-T discovers a room full of gold, and along with a leprechaun is kept as a statue with a medallion on his neck. He gets into the fight with a leprechaun, takes the flute and the medallion. The leprechaun comes alive. The leprechaun kills Ice-T's friend, but Ice-T managed to, put the medallion back on the stone. Put the medallion back on the, leprechaun, and he becomes rich, famous rapper. And the story goes into, 23 years. I said 23 years later. 20 years later, when you got these three guys, all want to be rappers, and they're striving rappers in LA. And they're trying to find any way to, become rich. And they get in touch with Ice Cube's character, who's now a successful record producer. And it doesn't work out, because Ice-T wants the three guys' music to be a little bit more aggressive. That gang stuff, that gang shit. Not that positive stuff, that gang. I'm on freaking Crip. I'm not gonna go too far now, but anyways, that's what Ice-T wants. And I don't even remember how to I've seen this movie at least 3 times now, and this movie it's so bad. Like, you got the way the leprechaun comes back into the scene. One of the rappers accidentally take the medallion off. So that's how the leprechaun comes back, kills a bunch of people. There's cross-dressing in this movie for some weird reason. You know how I feel about that. When it comes to African Americans, they're always trying to make African Americans look ridiculous when it comes to that, but that's my opinion. Ice-T gets killed at the end of the film. Sorry for the spoilers, but this movie's just so terrible. There's a scene when they're in church singing gospel songs. Just a whole bunch of stuff going on in this entire movie. I think it's probably one of the goofiest movies and terrible movies ever made, but it's entertaining, to say the least. Shoot. It came out, it was released March 28, 2000. The most funniest part about this is just the leprechaun, who is played by Warwick Davis, that same Warwick Davis who played, was it Cricket the Ewok? Yeah, it's Cricket the Ewok in Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Actually, I think he played the leprechaun in all the movies, I think. Let me see right quick. I didn't know Warwick Davis is that. I know he was born in 1970. I thought he was a little bit older than that. Yes, he played Ewok Wicket, or Cricket. I said Cricket, did I? Ewok Wicket, or Wicket the Ewok. Professor Flitwick and Harry Potter too. I'm trying to think of most of the movies he played in. I didn't know he was that. He's only 52. I thought he was older. I didn't know that. How many Star Wars movies was he in? As Wicket. He was Yoda in Walking Shots. He was in Force Awakens. He was in Rogue One. He was in The Last Jedi. Ugh. He was a solo Star Wars story. He was in Rise of Skywalker. He's been in a lot of Star Wars stuff you know about. But anyways, back to Leprechaun. The movie's it's a funny one. It's not offensive, but it's a funny one. I'm not gonna go through the whole entire plot. It's a bunch of shenanigans going on. But eventually, one of the rappers, his name is Postmaster P, actually the leader of the whole gang. He finally gets what he wants. He becomes a successful rapper, but I ain't gonna tell you how he becomes a successful rapper. But anyways, Ice-T. I know back in 2000, this probably wouldn't have been a good thing to do, I guess. This movie is so, it's not even, it was made in early 2000, so it has a lot of 90s elements in it. Like I said, it's more comedy than horror. So it's a lot of 90s elements and no 2000s elements in it. They would end up making a sequel to this film called Leprechaun Back to the Hood. How many Leprechaun movies is it? Leprechaun Back to the Hood came out in 2003. I haven't seen it. I didn't know there's that many Leprechaun movies. After Leprechaun in the Hood, I kind of got tired of it. Cause I seen Leprechaun 2, 3, and 4 in space, and of course In the Hood. But after that, I don't know what happened. I heard they was trying to remake the Leprechaun series, which they shouldn't do. And it's also a direct-to-video sequel, so that's why it was so bad. Oh, I didn't know this. I did not know this actually happened. Leprechaun Returns, released in 2008, was a direct sequel to Leprechaun from 1993. Oh, so they did what Terminator, Halloween, just to add, did. They erased everything, all the sequels, and tried to interloop a new movie into that to be as the sequel, but it didn't work out because it came out on the Sci-Fi Channel. I don't think anybody watched it. So, yeah, I hope they don't try to remake this movie or remake this series as good as it is right now. But yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood, goofball ass movie. It really is. And Warwick Davis didn't even play the Leprechaun in Leprechaun Returns. Well, anyways, tell what you guys think. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, me shillings. Anyways, I will return.